Good music belongs here. I got the keys to the city. This is Vicinity FM 95.3.
Enjoy. It's midweek Wednesday. It's the time to add the latest sarcasm to all of your productivity for this week. Welcome on Newspaper Review this morning. OLUWAFUNKE and AISHA saying a beautiful morning to you right here on the YouTube of EKG. Yeah, it's showering out there. I hope you are great and doing well this morning.
Yeah, good morning. Welcome to Newspaper Review on Vicinity 95.3 FM this morning. Aisha Ibrahim and do well to join us live on our Facebook and YouTube at Vicinity 95.3 FM. Like, comment, and share the program this morning.
Well, we're taking top stories from the Daily Independent, The Punch, The Guardian, Nigerian Tribune.
All right, I'll be taking the dailies from the Nation newspaper, the Daily Trust newspaper, and the Vanguard newspaper.
And on Nigerian Tribune this morning, NSA to unfold fresh strategies to end terrorism, all of government, all of society approach in the works. Tinubu is my friend of 22 years. I have no apologies for supporting him. Soludo. Ibom incident. MBA, Labour Party orders flays treatment of female passenger. On the riders, aviation experts weighs in on unruly behaviors at airports. Police receive petition from NCAA on Quam 1. IGP directs Airports Police Command to begin investigation. NSC, NATI, and MMS move to curb human trafficking through waterways. NSCDC operators seal landmark agreements. Target 400,000 MT sugar production annually. Health, fast working key to longevity. Fast working key to longevity cuts mortality risk by 20%. Study. Tambuluwa released on bail as CFCC counters ADC. PDP. On the riders, we run non-partisans mandate commission. APC using state institutions to repress oppositions. PDP alleges. AFCC planning to investigate David Mark. Orders to discredit opposition, ADC claims.
All right, from the Nation newspaper this morning, Tambuwa, EFCC hits back at ADC over unprovoked attack. Illegal 176 estates. Diaspora depositors demand refund. How non-interest finance sector can grow by Edu. National single window to take off in March. INEC begins continuous voter registration nationwide Monday. Amechi, how Fayemi and I began opposition coalition. Inspector General orders probe of Quam 1's Abuja Airport infraction. Why I'm supporting Tinubu by Soludo. Dispute over property documentation. Daniel gets restraining order against Ogun government. And those are the top stories from the front page of the Nation newspaper this morning.
And I move to The Guardian. Wadada Soludo throw weight behind Tinubu for 2027. NSOs decries low drug supply personnel for 8,000 inmates with health needs. Reps pushing to make appeal court final judge in Guba poll dispute. Outrage over E-bomb air incident as IG orders Kwamwon's probe. Court strikes out 60 billion naira criminal suit against ex-Amcon boss. Troops kill several terrorists in Borno, failed ambush. Gani Adams faults Kwara killings, alert on fresh crisis in Southwest. Lagos moves to regulate rents, curb abuse with new tenancy bill. 97% untitled land limiting collateral for loans, says minister. Court sentences man to death for killing roommate over door closure dispute. Dangote refinery cuts petrol ex-depot price to 820 naira per litre.
Alright, from the Daily Trust newspaper this morning, Taraba governor goes spiritual over deputy's illness. Tinubu El Ati said by Soludo. Our 71-year-old man died during trying to escape tanker explosion. Rivers Square builds mall on Abuja site. 9 at large after Kefi jail break. Bauchi police shuts down as students protest over robbery. Tambuwa released. EFCC replies Atiku Obi ADC. How bandits ambushed killed 10 security operatives in Zamfara. And those are the stories on the front page of Daily Trust newspaper this morning.
And now to The Punch. Boko Haram scare. Borno villagers flee. Sleep on Cameroon streets and schools. EFCC targeting David Mark after Tambuluwa. Ehedioha ADC. FG drops 60 billion naira fraud charges against ex-Amcon MD. Court orders FG to close case in Danzuki's decade-old trial. Health sector crisis persists despite 5.4 trillion naira World Bank loans. 11 major projects go. 83.527 billion naira in 9 years as global lender expected to approve additional $250 million loan in September. NBA orders condemns Ibom Air over female passengers assault. Police probe Kwam1 over Abuja airport's misconduct. 30,000 car race, belt leaves 5 dead in Ogun.
Alright, from the stories on the front page of Vanguard newspaper this morning, Dangote refinery reduced loading price of petrol to 820 naira per litre. 2027, I won't deny Tinubu, we have been friends for 22 years, said by Soludo. 16 inmates attack warders, breach Kefi prison, 7 rearrested. Ibom year fracas, comfort begins life in Kirikiri, NBA wards in. Nigeria Medical Association raises alarm over mental health crisis among doctors. Atiku, ADC condemned Tambuwa's arrest, say EFCC now political tool. NSDC seals deal with 4 new operators to produce 400,000 MT of sugar annually. Vice President Shetima to investors, it's time to invest in Nigeria. Showore leads protests to NYSC headquarters over unjust treatment of core member Uche Uguamaye. And those are the stories from the front page of Vanguard newspaper this morning.
And I'll move to Daily Independence. To shape Nigeria's future, work first. Tinubu unveils new manpower policy. FG set to revive abandoned rural telephony project with $3 billion. Nigeria's agricultural exports hit record high filled by weak naira. Riders experts urge export competitiveness, domestic productivity enhancement, value addition to reduce over-reliance on raw commodity exports. CGC orders recapture of fleeing inmates in Kefi jailbreak. NACOM inaugurates committee for recapitalization of insurance industry. Ibom Air incident. NBA to provide legal support for Emerson. Condemns lifetime flight ban. IG orders investigation into Kwam1's airport incident. And ADC, EFCC trade words over investigation of opposition members. Party queries sudden move to investigate Mark Ehedioha Tambalua. We won't succumb to anti-democratic machinations. Atiku. EFCC denies targeting ADC members, reaffirms neutrality. Releases former Sokoto Governor Tambalua from custody. 2027. I won't deny Tinubu's second term. Soludo.
Alright, the details of our dailies this morning. From the Nation newspaper, Amechi, Al-Fayemi and Hai began opposition coalition. The former Transportation Minister Rotimi Amechi has explained how he and ex-governor of Ekiti State, Dr. Kayode Fayemi, collaborated in galvanizing the coalition of opposition and eventually adopting the African Democratic Congress, ADC. Amechi said both of them decided to expand the opposition coalition to accommodate small people after discussing the idea. The former governor of Rivers State spoke on X Spaces titled Weekend Politics last weekend. For further reading, you can see this news on the Nation newspaper with headline Amechi, Al-Fayemi and Hai began opposition coalition.
And now to the Nigerian Tribune. Again, Tinubu makes U-turn, names Omidiro FCC chairman hours after reappointment of Dankaka. President Bola Tinubu has made a U-turn, naming former House of Representatives member from Osun State, Ayo Omidiro, as the chairman of the Federal Character Commission (FCC), hours after reappointing Dr. Muheba Dankaka earlier Monday. Tribune Online reports that Tinubu, in a statement by Special Advisor to the President on Information and Strategy, Bayo Onanuga, approved the appointment of Dankaka for a second 5-year term. However, in a late-night State House statement, Onanuga reversed the early statement announcing Omidiro as successor for Dankaka, whose tenure, the President said, was dogged by controversy.
Still from the Nation newspaper this morning, First Lady seeks continued investment in Nigerian youth. The First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, has called for sustained investment in the nation's youth. She described the nation's young population as central to building a more connected, just and sustainable world. In a message to mark this year's International Youth Day, celebrated on August 12 under the theme Youth Advancing Multilateral Cooperation Through Technology and Partnerships, Mrs. Tinubu urged stakeholders to amplify young people's voices and support their initiatives.
Cautious optimism as INEC braces up for CVR exercise. There are cautious optimism and strong reservations by preponderance of stakeholders as the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, braces up for a resumed continuous voters registration exercise across the country. Resident electoral commissioners have been upbeat lately, trying to reawake the consciousness of Nigerians on the program, beginning this week ahead of the 2027 general elections in a budget defense session with the National Assembly Joint Committee on Electoral Matters at the National Assembly Complex on January 10. INEC Chairman sought an increased budgetary allocation to facilitate the Commission's operations in the fiscal year.
Alright, still from the Nation newspaper this morning. IG Inspector General orders probe of Kwam 1's Abuja Airport infraction. Inspector General of Police IGP Olukayode Egbetoko yesterday ordered an investigation into the alleged obstruction of a value jet aircraft by Fuji musician Wasiu Ayinde Marshal, popularly known as Kwam 1. The incident occurred on August 5 at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, domestic wing, Abuja. The musician was prevented from boarding with a bottle of liquid, which he said was water. His reaction allegedly obstructed the safe operation of the aircraft in violation of the Nigerian Civil Aviation Regulation 2023. He later apologized. First Public Relations Officer Olumuyiwa Adejobi, a Deputy Commissioner of Police, said the probe directive followed the receipt of a petition from the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority. In response, the Inspector General Kayode Egbetokun has directed the Commissioner of Police Airports Command to immediately commence a thorough investigation into the matter to unravel the circumstances which led to the ugly incident and ensure justice is served accordingly.
Tambuluwa released on bail as the FCC counters ADC PDP. Former Governor of Sokoto State, Senator Waziri Aminu Tambuluwa, was on Tuesday evening released on bail as the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, countered the African Democratic Congress and People's Democratic Party over his arrest on alleged financial matters. A source close to the commission said the lawmaker was granted administrative bail pending his arraignment in court. The former governor had been released on administrative bail by the commission. It was released to enable the commission perfect its case pending the time it would be arraigned in court.
Alright, still from the Nation newspaper this morning, Lagos lost 19.52 billion naira to fire last year, says Sanwo-Olu. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has called for urgent solutions to the recurring menace of tanker fire accidents, describing them as a significant challenge to the state. He spoke yesterday at the Lagos State International Fire Safety Conference 2.0 on Victoria Island with the theme Leveraging Technology and Community Engagement to Prevent Fire. The governor said Lagos lost property worth 19.52 billion naira to fire incident in 2024. The conference, organized by the Lagos State Fire and Rescue Service, served as a platform for stakeholders to explore strategies for fire prevention and improved emergency response.
Yeah, do well to know you can join the conversation this morning on our Facebook page at Vicinity 95.3 FM. We're also live on our YouTube channel at Vicinity 95.3 FM. Still newspaper review this morning. Don't go anywhere. We'll take the short break. Be right back.
Are you a business owner looking to grow your brand or launch your hustle for enhanced value? Vicinity 95.3 FM Ikejile, Ijesha, Osho State is calling on public and private establishments to advertise your goods and services. With our wider reach in Osun, Ondo, Ogun, Ekiti, Kwara, Oyo, and Kogi states, let's push your products and services to a new height. For more information on advert placement, partnership, or program sponsorship, please call Giwa on 081 12 499 685 081 12 499 685 or OLUWAFUNKE on 070 6106 3557. We offer only premium services at Vicinity 95.3 FM.
Thanks for staying tuned. Still on Nigerian Tribune, Senate to investigate airlines passengers face off. The Senate is determined to get to the root of recent face-off between airline staff and passengers in the country. Chairman Senate Committee on Aviation, Senator Abdul Fattah Buhari, dropped the insular statement on Tuesday night. The media had reported last week clash between Fuji legend King Wasiu Ayinde Marshal Kwamwan and ValueJet staff at Abuja's Nnamdi Ezekwe International Airport. The musician, who allegedly delayed the flight of the ValueJet aircraft following the insistence of its staff not to allow him board the aircraft with a flask containing alcohol, was eventually escorted off the tarmac by aviation security. A similar incident occurred between a passenger, Comfort Emerson, who allegedly assaulted crew members of Ibom Airline on its Uyo-Lagos route. The Senate, representing Oyo North, disclosed that the probe would cover operational standards, passenger rights, and discipline in Nigeria's aviation sector.
All right. Still from the Daily Trust newspaper and on the aviation sector, it's a breaking news on Daily Trust newspaper here where they said Keyamo directs Ibom Air to withdraw case against unruly passenger. The Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Mr. Festus Keyamo San, has directed Ibom Air to withdraw the criminal charge against Ms. Comfort Emerson, who was involved in a face-off with the crew members of the airline. The minister also said the Airline Operators of Nigeria (AON) has lifted the lifetime flying ban imposed on Emerson after his appeal.
And now to the Punch newspaper. On the Punch, the details: Boko Haram scare Borno villagers, flee, sleep on Cameroon streets and schools. Boko Haram insurgents made hundreds of residents of Kirawa in Borno State displaced by Boko Haram insurgents now taking refuge in Cameroonian villages. They have lamented harsh living conditions, saying they spend the day in Nigeria and return to Cameroon at night to sleep in fear of renewed attacks. Speaking with Punch on Tuesday, the residents explained that since Saturday's attack, which prompted the withdrawal of troops from the community, many have spread across border villages in Cameroon, sleeping on roads, in mosques, and inside classrooms to avoid midnight assaults. The district head of Kirawa, Abdurrahman Abubakar, who confirmed the developments, called for urgent government action to resettle the community and restore peace to the area.
Still from the Daily Trust newspaper this morning, after 10 years, court orders federal government to conclude the Suki case September. The Federal High Court in Abuja has fixed September 24, September 25 and 26 for the federal government to conclude its 10-year-old prosecution of a former National Security Advisor (NSA) Colonel Sambo Dasuki for alleged unlawful possession of firearms and money laundering charges. Justice Peter Lifu gave the directive on Tuesday after he granted the federal government's application for adjournment to enable them bring additional witnesses and to allow the defendant open his defense. The judge further directed the federal government to call its remaining witnesses or tender exhibits to conclude the case.
EFCC targeting David Mark after Tambuluwa Iodia ADC. The African Democratic Congress on Tuesday accused the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission of singling out opposition figures for politically motivated investigations, alleging that the agency's latest target is its interim national chairman and former Senate President David Mark. In a statement by its acting National Publicity Secretary Bola Abdullahi, the ADC said the FCC had embarked on a choreographed media trial against coalition leaders after the detention of former Secretary of State Governor Aminu Tambuluwa on Monday and the invitation of former Imo State Governor Emeka Ihieodia. I'm afraid this is where we will call it a day on Newspaper Review this morning. Thank you for joining us. It's Wednesday. Go out there and win. I'm OLUWAFUNKE. Israel producer is Mujib Olakunle, and thanks to our executive producer, also a general manager of Vicinity 95.3 FM, who is the person of Akolade Adekola. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for listening to the program Newspaper Review this morning. I'm Aisha Ibrahim. Do have a great day.